Hi everyone, and welcome to my podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 most important lessons from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Lesson 1. Have a burning desire for success. The first lesson is to have a burning desire for success. This is the foundation of all achievement. Without a strong desire, you will never be able to achieve your goals. Think about what you really want to achieve in your life. What do you dream of doing? What would make you feel truly successful? Once you know what you want, you can start to create a plan to achieve it. Here's a story about a man who had a burning desire for success. His name was Walt Disney, and he dreamed of creating a world of animated magic. He started his own animation studio, and even though he faced many challenges, he never gave up on his dream. Today, Disney is one of the most successful companies in the world, and it all started with a burning desire for success. Lesson 2. Believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. The second lesson is to believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. Faith is essential for success. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Start by believing in your own potential. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Here's an analogy about the power of belief. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff. If you believe you can fly, you're more likely to take a leap of faith and jump off the cliff. But if you don't believe you can fly, you're more likely to stay on the ground. The same is true for success. If you believe you can achieve your goals, you're more likely to take action and make them happen. But if you don't believe you can succeed, you're more likely to give up. Lesson 3. Set specific, measurable goals. The third lesson is to set specific, measurable goals. What do you want to achieve in your life? Once you know what you want, you can start to create a plan to achieve it. Your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," say, "I want to earn $100,000 a year within the next 5 years." Here's a story about a man who set specific, measurable goals. His name was Jim Rohn, and he wanted to become a successful entrepreneur. He set a goal to earn $100,000 a year within the next 5 years. He worked hard and achieved his goal. Lesson 4. Take action. There is no substitute for hard work. If you want to achieve success, you need to be willing to put in the effort. Don't just sit around and dream about your goals. Take action and make them happen. Start by taking small steps. Every little bit counts. Here's an analogy about the power of action. Imagine you're walking down a long road. If you just stand there, you'll never get anywhere. But if you start walking, even if it's just one step at a time, you'll eventually reach your destination. The same is true for success. If you take action, even if it's just one small step at a time, you're more likely to achieve your goals. Lesson 5. Never give up. There will be times when you want to quit. But if you keep going, you will eventually achieve your goals. Everyone faces challenges in life. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people don't give up. They keep going, even when things get tough. Here's a story about a man who never gave up. His name was Thomas Edison, and he wanted to invent a light bulb. He failed over 10,000 times, but he never gave up. He kept working and eventually he succeeded. Lesson 6. Surround yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with have a big impact on your success. Make sure you surround yourself with people who believe in you and who will support you on your journey. Negative people will only drag you down. They will tell you that you can't achieve your goals. Surround yourself with positive people who will encourage you and help. Lesson 7. Learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them and move on. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Instead, focus on what you can do to improve. When you make a mistake, ask yourself what you could have done differently. Then, learn from your mistake and don't make it again. Here's a story about a man who learned from his mistakes. His name was Steve Jobs, and he wanted to start his own company. He made a lot of mistakes in the early days, but he learned from them and eventually grew Apple into one of the most successful companies in the world. Lesson 8: Never stop learning. The world is constantly changing, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve, you need to be willing to learn new things. There are many ways to learn new things. You can read books, take classes, or attend workshops. You can also learn by talking to people who are more experienced than you. Never stop learning. The more you learn, the more successful you will be. Here's an analogy about the importance of learning. Imagine you're in a race. If you stop running, you'll eventually be overtaken by the other runners. But if you keep running, you'll eventually cross the finish line. The same is true for success. If you stop learning, you'll eventually be overtaken by others who are constantly learning and growing. But if you keep learning, you'll eventually achieve your goals. Lesson 9: Be persistent. Persistence is one of the most important qualities of a successful person. Don't give up on your goals, no matter how difficult things get. There will be times when you want to give up. But if you keep going, you will eventually achieve your goals. Here's a story about a man who was persistent. His name was Henry Ford, and he wanted to build a car that was affordable for the average person. He faced many challenges, but he never gave up. He kept working and eventually he succeeded. Lesson 10: Have a positive attitude. A positive attitude is essential for success. If you believe you can achieve something, you are more likely to succeed. When you have a positive attitude, you are more likely to take action and more likely to persist in the face of challenges. You are also more likely to attract positive people into your life. Here's an analogy about the power of a positive attitude. Imagine you're walking down a dark alley. If you're scared, you're more likely to see danger around every corner. But if you're confident, you're more likely to see opportunities. The same is true for success. If you have a positive attitude, you're more likely to see opportunities and less likely to see obstacles. These are just a few of the most important lessons from the book. Think and Grow Rich. If you can follow these principles, you will be well on your way to achieving your goals.